don't even know if they knew they did it. Oh, it was there was so many people. Oh, and people thinking that they know how to surf.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are we waiting for anybody else? We know families that are waiting to be here. You got everyone? Awesome. If I don't know you, hi, I'm Danielle Loveless, and we're so excited to have done this seems to be random project that we did, and we had so much fun. What we liked most, I think, about it is that it wasn't a typical come learn to produce a play. It really took on, we homeschoolified it. So the kids took the typical story of Stone Soup, which is a folktale. Basically, it's a bunch of, in the traditional story, soldiers come to a town, they're on their way home from war, and they're hungry and tired, and they ask for food from all the villagers, but the villagers are not willing to share. So they contrive this idea of making soup from a stone. And they come to the center of the town, and they say, oh, we're making soup from stones. And everyone's like, well, what is that? And they say, well, last time we made it, we had some carrots, and that was really good. And one villager says, well, I got some carrots, I'll share. Another one says, well, I have some potatoes. And long story short, the community comes back together. Well, we started with that story. We read about 5 different versions of it from different parts of the world. The kids recreated the plot with a lot different details, which I will leave there. And they got so creative and so much fun. And we had a lot of art extensions that went along with it, and story extensions, movement, and today we actually made stone soup. So if you smell it in the building we came in, we just filled our bellies. And we are very excited to present to you Stone Soup, and stick around afterwards to come and visit the backstage area to see all the artwork the kids created too. So thank you again, and I'm going to open it.
Once upon a time, 4 brave hikers were climbing to the top of the tallest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest. Their names were
North, South, East, West.
They successfully reached the peak.
Yay!
But on their way back down the mountain, they encountered a terrible storm.
This is a terrible storm. We need to find shelter. Look, a cave. I hope no one lives there.
The shivering hikers stumbled into the cave and started a fire for warmth. Unfortunately, they soon discovered that the cave belonged to a Yeti.
Ah! A Yeti! Ah! Human!
In shock, the hikers backed deeper into the cave and fell backwards into a time portal.
That's what easy.
The time portal transports the hikers to the future, where Mount Everest is now contained in a geodesic dome
Wow.
and has a subtropical climate.
Wow, it's so warm on Mount Everest now. Yes, we seem to be in a subtropical climate. I guess we don't need these warm winter clothes anymore. I hope we still get credit for reaching the peak.
The hikers were tired and hungry and decided to go look for some food.
Hikers are we, as hungry as can be. We climb so high, we almost touch the sky. Food we do wish, some chicken, meat, or fish. A tray will reply, with food to reach the sky. And after we've been fed, we like a nice soft bed. We'll sleep and rest our feet, and dream of more to eat.
After some time, they saw in the distance what appeared to be a village.
Look, a village! And each house is painted a different color. It almost looks like a rainbow. It's about time I was getting ready to eat this one.
The hikers made their way to the village. Suddenly, they heard a big growl. They thought it was a wild animal, but they realized the sound was coming from their stomachs. But not just their own. The sound also seemed to be coming from the village.
Rumble before I my tummy growled like a bear. My tummy breathes out like a massive gun. It really needs food in there. Yes, it really needs food in there. Grumble, we roar and a growl, growl. Grumble, we roar and a bleat. Grumble, we roar and a growl, growl. I really need good food to eat. Yes, I really need good food to eat. My tummy looks out like a chicken. My tummy looks out like a cow. My tummy sticks out like a yeti. Yes, it really needs food in there now. Grumble, we roar and a growl, growl. Grumble, we roar and a bleat. Grumble, we roar and a growl, growl. I really need good food to eat. Yes, I really need good food to eat.
What the hikers didn't know was that years ago there had been a sudden cold snap in the village due to a hole in the geodesic dome. And most of the crops had been lost. But instead of working together to help each other get through the tough times, the villagers had become selfish and distrustful of each other. Ever since then, they had kept to themselves, unwilling to share. The hikers decided to start with the blue house and went to the door to ask for food.
Hello, kindly person, couldn't you spare some good hearty stew or some bread we can share? For hikers or we could you give us some lunch for breakfast or dinner or supper or brunch?
in a different way.
Don't ask me, I have nothing. Don't ask me, I have nothing.
Don't ask me, I have nothing.
Don't ask me, I have nothing. Don't ask me, I have nothing. Don't ask me, human.
The hikers were about to give up.
Maybe we should just give up. No one seems to want to share with us. Perhaps there's another village up ahead. This stone sure looking mighty tasty.
Suddenly, North gasped.
That's it! Listen, I'll tell you what we should do.
The four hikers found a large kettle in the town square, filled it with water, and built a fire.
We're sure lucky to have found this big pot and this water and this firewood.
Then, one by one, they each added a smooth, round stone.
Good thing I brought 3 extras.
The villagers watched from their homes, curious about what the hikers were doing.
What are you doing? We're making stone soup. Stir and cook and stir and cook and stir and cook the stone soup. Stir and cook and stir and cook and stir and cook the stone soup. This soup smells delicious. But do you know what would make it even better? Tomatoes! Soup made from stones. Well, I might have a good idea.
The hikers continued to cook the soup as more villagers took notice.
What are you making? Stone soup! Stir and cook and stir and cook and stir and cook the stone soup. Stir and cook and stir and cook and stir and cook the stone soup. This soup smells delectable. But do you know what even makes it even better? Blueberries! Soup made from stones? Well, I might have a bit of it.
One by one, the villagers stepped forward, offering what they had to add to the big pot of stone soup.
Salt and pepper.
Yellow carrots. Green cucumbers. Oranges. Blue potatoes. Radisses. No worries, I'll eat too. I'm a vegan. Well, in that case, would you like to stir the soup? Stir and cook and stir and cook and stir and cook the stone soup. Stir and cook and stir and cook and stir and cook the stone soup.
The soup smelled delicious, and the villagers were so astounded by what they had created together that they decided to make the soup part of a big feast.
The soup sounds so nice. We think we'll bring some rice. And we will bring a roast, a cider, or a toast. And we will bring some bread, or maybe cakes instead. To make this dinner grand, we think we'll call a band. Did somebody say band?
everyone's lives better. Each ingredient brought something special to the soup, just as each person brought something special to their community. From that day forward, the villagers vowed to always take care of each other and thanked the hikers for teaching them a valuable lesson.
Thank you, North. Thank you, South. Thank you, East. Thank you, West. You are most welcome, and thank you for your hospitality. Our bellies and hearts are full. Just one more thing. Do you happen to have a time machine laying around? No, but really. Oh, how about more of that too? Yeah! Wave goodbye to the soup, dance round soup, dance round soup, dance round. Wave goodbye to the soup, dance round for our snow make, snow sing.
One more thing we've done, thank you guys, what was part of our week was to learn some folk dancing, or our month I should say. So the kids would like to each invite one dance partner up to the stage. Don't worry, we'll walk you through it. And it is a folk dance, so we'll take a moment to teach it to you. You're welcome to sit around and watch it, or you can watch it if you want. But it's, kids, if you want to, I'll take your bowls, and if you want to go find your dance partner.
Miles just wants to get. You wanna go? Miles.
All right, face your partner. Hands on this side, and partners on this side. See this line right here? There you go. Face your partner. Okay, awesome. So we have two lines here. Our 2 lines. Everybody raise your right hand. Awesome. Shake right hands with your partner. Very good. After you shake right hands with your partner, I'm going to borrow from you just for a second. You're going to take 8 steps to walk around your partner and then back to your spot. We're going to kind of pull our elbows in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try just that. Here we go. 1,
Other
2,
hand.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys still pretty spread out down that way. We have plenty of space. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to clap our hands 3 times. And then we're going to stand our hands, or repeat 3 times. And then we're going to do what's called a 2-hand turn. So the same thing you did before, right hand, we're going to do with 2 hands, walk the same direction, 8 steps around your partner. So try that. Here we go. Awesome. So for the very first up was forward 2, 3, 4, and back 2, 3, 4. So we'll just start with that. Let's start at the very beginning. We're going to go forward 2, 3, 4, then back 2. Now right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap 3 times. 3 times. Now 2-hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap again. Then again. Here's the best part. In folk dancing, you have a head of the line and a foot of the line. Right now, JJ and Aaron, in our big height discrepancy pair down there, are the foot, and the head is right here. Is Kinley and Nicole. They, in this next transition of 8 beats, are going to become the foot. So, repeat after me. Listen first. Head to the foot, sashay down. Everybody else moves up. Try it again. Head to the foot, sashay down. Everybody else moves up. So on that movement, they're going to join hands, sashay down to the end, and then everybody's going to take 1 step couple, and then we start over again. You just want the whole dance. What? Right? So we're gonna do one practice right now. The kids don't know what they're doing. Well, I don't know. So we start every folk into the bow or curtsy, and choose which one you want to do. So start with the bow or curtsy. Okay? We start with forward and back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Forward, 2, 3, 4, back, 2. Now right hand turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. We got a 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. Now head to the foot. Head to the foot. Stop it now. Everybody else to the left. And we start again. Take your time with the music. Alright. How loud is this? Got your partner? 5, 6, here we go. 4, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, right hand turn. 1, 2, 5, 6, left. And spin. 3, now 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 1. Now head to the foot. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2. Right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. We got 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. We got head to the foot. Again. 4, 2, 3, 4, back, 2. Right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times. 3, 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. Now head to the foot. 4, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stop 3 times. 3 times. 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now stop 3 times. 3 times. Now back to the foot. Again. 4, 2, 3, 4, back. Right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. Now head to the foot. 1, 2, 3, back. Right hand turn. 1, 5, 6. Stop 3 times. 3 times. 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop 3 times. 3 times. Now head to the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 3 times. 3 times. 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 3 times. 3 times. Back to the foot. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 3 times. 3 times. Back to the foot. Again. 4, 3, 4, back, 2, right hand turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 hand turn. 1 more time. 4, 2, 3, 4, back, 2. We got it. Back, right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1 more time. 3 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 3 times. We all give Miss Caroline over there a round of applause. For letting us do this. Like, honestly, this was just I don't even know how miraculous this was that it just worked out. And this is just a wonderful place to spend our day. We've really loved it, and we hope to continue in the fall with something completely different, and we'll come up with that and let you know. But we really enjoyed this past whatever it turned out being. And thank you so much to Bree, and where's Lana go? Where's Lana and Brittany and Miss Regina over there. Thank you all so much.